time domain analysis, right? In last lecture, we discussed about that what are the different time domain specifications we are having, right? What are the different time domain specifications we are having? Time domain specification. Time domain specifications. In that also we discussed about what are the basic time domain and formulas also we discussed. Rise time, that means rise time. The time taken to reach 0 to 100% of its final value or 0 to 90% of its final value. Second one is TD, delay time. The time taken to reach 0 to 50% of its final value, we call it as a delay time. Next one is TP, peak time. This means peak time is nothing but the time taken to reach its maximum value, we call it as a peak time. And fourth one, TS, settling time. Settling time, the time taken to reach to its steady state, we call it as a settling time. Next one we are having a percentage peak overshoot. That means the difference between C of TP maximum time minus C of infinity divided by C of infinity. These are the 5 time domain specifications with values we derive with formulas. Now, what is the rise time formula? Pi minus theta by omega d, where omega t is equal to omega n into square root of 1 minus theta square, and the delay time is 1 plus 0.7 zeta by omega n, and peak time is pi by omega d, and settling time is 4 by zeta omega n, and percentage overshoot is minus zeta pi by square root of 1 minus. These are that we derived in the last lecture itself. Now we are going to use these formulas. How we are going to find the different time domain specifications. The problem is that the system is given by differential equation question. A system is given by differential equation. The system is given by differential equation d square y by dt square plus 4 into dy by dt plus 8y equal to 8x. This is the differential equation given. Now after that, given that where y equal to output, and x equal to input, determine all time domain specifications, for unit step input. step input for unit step input. A system is given by differential equation d square y by dt square plus 4 into dy by dt plus 8y equal to 8x, where y equal to output and x equal to input. Determine all time domain specifications for unit step input. For unit step input. Now solution is that first we need to find the all time domain specifications. We require a transfer function. We require a transfer function. That is transfer function is in S domain. So we need to convert this equation into Laplacian domain. From that Laplacian domain we need to find the transfer function. What is the transfer function definition? Output of the system divided by input of the system. That is, we need to find out y of s by x of s. Now take this differential equation d square y by dt square plus 4 into dy by dt plus 8y equal to 8x. Apply Laplace transforms. Means after applying this thing, what is the Laplace transform of d by dt? Yes, d square y by dt square s square. That means we are going to get s square y of s plus 4s into y of s plus 8 into y of s is equal to 8 into x of s. What is the input here? X of s. What is the output in the given problem? Y of s. So we need to take y of s common. So s square plus 4s plus 8 equal to 8 into x of s. So we are going to get y of s by x of s is equal to 8 divided by s square plus 4s plus 8. This is the transfer function we are going to get. The thing is, you need to identify which type of transfer function it is. Second order or first order. How we know that? That will be depends upon the order of the, that means the highest power of the s in the denominator of the transfer function. That means what is the highest power in the denominator? S square. That means this is the highest power. So now this is in the form of, we need to compare that equation with omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. Now this is 8 by s square plus 4s plus 8, which is equal to y of s by x of s. Now what is the omega n square value? 8. Omega n is equal to square root of 8. What is the square root of 8 value? Square root of 8, 2.82 radians per second. Why? Because that is the frequency, 2.82 radians per second, omega n value. Similarly, which value we can find? 2 zeta omega n is equal to how much? 4. From this, zeta equal to 4 by 2 into omega n, which is equal to 4 divided by 2 into 2.82. So if I am simplifying that thing, zeta value how much we are going to get? Zeta is 0.709. Zeta value we are going to get 0.709. Similarly, we can calculate omega d value. Omega d equal to omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. Omega n value how much? 2.82. 2.82 into square root of 1 minus of 0.709 whole square. Now finally, what is the omega d value? If I am simplifying, then we are going to get 1.98. Omega d value 1.98 radians per second we got. This is a very simple problem, but the thing is, we need to know that how we are going to apply the Laplace transform here. Once if I am applying the Laplace transform, we are going to get y of s by x of s value. That is, this is the value of y of s by x of s. And then we are going to get, I am going to compare omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. We are going to compare, and finally we are going to get omega n value and zeta value and omega t value. Now, what are the different time domain specifications we are having? And then to find the rise time. For example, if I am going to find the rise time, we need to find what is the formula for rise time. Rise time is Tr equal to pi minus theta by omega d. Pi minus theta by omega d. We know that omega d value, but we don't know the theta value. Again, we need to find out theta equal to, what is the formula for theta? Tan inverse of square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta, which is equal to tan inverse of 1 minus zeta value 0.709 whole square divided by zeta is 0.709. If I am simplifying this theta value, then I am going to get theta equal to 5 by 4. Now you need to substitute here Tr equal to, or you can convert into an radians, pi minus pi by 4 divided by omega d value already we calculated 1.98 radians per second. If I am simplifying this thing, rise time value we are going to get 1.18 seconds. 1.18 seconds. 1.18 seconds. Rise time value we are going to get 1.18 seconds. 1.18 seconds. This is the rise time value. Next, settling time. What is the settling time? We are going to find out Ts 4 by zeta omega n. That is 4 divided by zeta value how much? Zeta value is 0.709 into omega n value is 2.82. 2.82. If we are simplifying Ts value, we are going to get 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And next one is peak time. What is the peak time? Pi by omega d. Pi by omega d. That means that pi divided by omega d value 1.98. What is the peak time value we are going to get? 1.58. 1.58. 1.58. And next delay time also we can find. Td equal to, we can substitute 1 plus 0.7 zeta divided by omega n. That means 1 plus 0.7 into 0.709 divided by omega n value is 2.8. See, what we need to observe, Tp, Ts value is more. Why? Because settling time, the time taken to reach its final value will take 2 seconds. Peak time is 1.58 and rise time is 1.18. If we are calculating the delay time, it will be less than to the rise time. Which value will be less than? Td is less than as compared to Tr. Tr is less than to as compared to Tp. Tp is less than as compared to Ts. That means the final value is Ts. Right? Similarly, we can find this is one type of problem. Or one more problem is that here he given that in the form of differential equation. In some cases, what he is going to do, only he is going to give only g of s value. In that particular situation, how we are going to find that time domain specification? One more, find all the time domain specifications. Find all the time domain specifications. Find all the time domain specifications for a unity feedback control system. For a unity feedback control system. For a unity feedback control system whose open loop transfer function is given by g of s is equal to 25 divided by s into s plus 6. S into s plus 6. This is the open loop transfer function. G of s is given 25 divided by s into s plus 6. But which feedback system he mentioned? A unity feedback system. Now what is the transfer function of an unity feedback system? If we mention positive feedback, then we need to take positive feedback. If we not mention feedback, that means we can consider it as a negative feedback system. So this is a feedback system. G of s is given 25 divided by s into s plus 6. This is I am going to give negative feedback. This is R of s and this is the C of s. This is an h of s which is equal to 1. Now I require to find out C of s by R of s. C of s by R of s value how much? Actually is negative feedback. For negative feedback system, G of s divided by 1 plus G of s into h of s. Right? Now what is the G of s value? 25 divided by s into s plus 6 whole divided by 1 plus 25 divided by s into s plus 6 into h of s value is 1. Now we can simplify this thing. That means 25 divided by s into s plus 6 plus 25. Now again one more step. 25 divided by s square plus 6s plus 25. This is my C of s by R of s. C of s by R of s. In this case, is not mentioned. Is just given the G of s value. In the place of h of s, is given that unity feedback system. So we need to find out C of s by R of s. Now what is the transfer function we got? C of s by R of s, which is equal to 25 divided by s square plus 6s plus 25, which is equal to we need to compare this equation. This is a second order system. Again, why? Because the power of s is 2 in the denominator of a transfer function. So we need to compare omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. From this omega n square equal to 25, omega n equal to 5, and similarly 2 zeta omega ns, 2 zeta omega n equal to 6. From this zeta equal to 6 by 2 omega n, which is equal to 6 by 10, which is equal to 0.6. Zeta value we are going to get 0.2. Zeta value how much we are going to get? Zeta is 0.6. After that omega d we can calculate. R value is like the same last problem. Omega d equal to how much? Omega d equal to omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. Omega n value how much? 5. 5 into square root of 1 minus 0.6 whole square. So omega d we are going to get, simplify omega d we are going to get 4. Omega d we are going to get 4. After that, rise theta value equal to how much? Tan inverse of square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. Just I am substituting the values. That's it. There is if they are having any calcium, just substitute and do the calculation. Square root of 1 minus 0.6 whole square by 0.6. If I am simplifying, theta value we are going to get 0.92 radians. Omega d we got, theta we got. Next, PR equal to pi minus theta by omega d. That means pi minus 0.92, 3.14 minus 0.92 by omega d value is 4. TR value how much we are going to get? Rise time we are going to get 0.66 seconds. 0.66 seconds. Please do the calculation. That is better. 0.66. This is my rise time. And next one is delay time. We need to find out. Delay time. Again, I am going to find out delay time. TD. TD equal to pi by omega d. Already omega d we calculated. That is pi by 4. That means 3.1 by 4. 3.14 divided by 4. That we are going to get TP value 0.78. 0.78 seconds. TR TD after the TS 4 divided by zeta omega m. 4 divided by zeta value is 0.6 into omega n value is 5. That means 4 divided by 3 we are going to get 1. TS value we are going to get 1.3 seconds. 1.3 seconds TS. Over TS over TP over TR. TD value we are going to get TD again. TD equal to 1 plus 0.7 zeta by omega n. That is 1 plus 0.7 into zeta value is 0.6 by omega n, which is equal to 5. If I am simplifying this thing, TD equal to simplify and write it there. It is approximately 0.28. TD equal to 0.28. That means TD value is less. Sorry, this is TP, not TD. TP, peak time formula, that is TP. Peak time value will be more TS as compared to, that means see here. Peak, first less value is delay time. Delay time is less. After that rise time, after that peak time, after that settling. Like that it is going to be decreases. Delay time value is less, rise time is more as compared to delay time. After that peak time value is more as compared to rise time. Settling time value will be the more as compared to the remaining all times. We completed these things. And next we can calculate any time domain specifications for any type of system problems, right? In next class we are having and going to discuss about the steady state response. What is the steady state response? How many types of steady states we are having? That means how many constant steady state constants we call it as that means acceleration constant Kp, Kv, Ka values, right? Kp means what is the Kp value? We need to find out for the given transfer function what is Kp, what is Kv and Kv. Kp means position error constant, we call it as position error constant. Velocity error constant Kv. Velocity Ka means acceleration error constant. Acceleration error constant. That means steady state error. What is meant by steady state error? ESS. ESS. That means actual value output to the actual value. Steady state error means we know that what is the error. Error is nothing but output minus input. That means what we are given and what we are going to get. That is an error, right? That means how we are going to find out the steady state error, how many types of errors we are having, and by using the transfer function analysis, how we are going to find out the different types of steady state errors with different types of test signals. What are the different types of test signals we are having? Step, ramp, parabolic, and impulse signal already we studied, right? That signals how it will be going to be on a varies, right? Kp value, Ka value, and Kp, Kv, and Ka. Right, that is a very important concept. In the next lecture we can discuss. This is the two problems, very simple problems. If you know the formulas, it is a very, we can substitute directly in that equations. Just a small calculations will be there, but the thing is we need to know that formulas. What is the rise time formula, delay time, settling time, and which type of transfer function. Here directly you cannot apply 25 divided by c square plus 6s. That means there is no meaning. So we need to convert this transfer function with unity feedback system. Unity feedback system is g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. That thing only we need to consider. From that we are getting the transfer function. For that transfer function we need to compare the values of omega n value, zeta value, and omega d value. All values we need to compare. Once if I am writing that omega d value, omega n value, theta value, just the values here we need to convert the theta value in terms of radians. That means pi is 3.14. Again, whatever you are getting the value of degrees, we need to convert into a radians per second. Why? Because all these omega d, omega n values all will be in radians per second. Right? Here all the remaining times all will be in TP or PD or PS. All values only in terms of seconds only. The time domain specification in the name itself, it is their time domain specifications, right? All values will be in the form of in terms of unities, seconds, right? Thank you. In the next lecture we will discuss the steady state error analysis. What are the different types of steady state errors we are having, and what is the position error constant, velocity error constant, and acceleration error constant, right? Thank you.